Hi guys, I'm back again in the Playas room, and today I want to talk about some tricks of the Playas trade, and especially want to highlight today just a couple of points regarding some of the tricks, shall we say, as far as players in our lives and the types of things that they may get up to in order to play us and to keep us on the hook. And so today I'm going to speak about 3 tricks of the players' trade that may keep us dangling there on the hook, ready and waiting for them whenever they want to pop in and help themselves. So one of the tricks that I want to highlight today is that people who often play us like to test our boundaries, and they like to see how far they can go and how much they can get away with, because that is quite a good indicator as far as what they can take and what they can't. And so when people test us, it's often to see whether they will be wasting their time with us or not. So it's a pretty good idea to be aware when we're being tested, and usually we will be tested as far as our boundaries are concerned. In other words, they will tweak our boundaries just a little bit to see what our reaction is. And if we let them get away with it, they know that they can push that boundary a little bit further, and then they can push it a little bit further still by increasing, say, disrespectful behaviours or suggesting things that we may not want to go along with at the end of the day, just to see really how much they can yank our chain and get us in line with their agenda, which possibly may be and may include seeing what they can take from us. So that's one of the tricks of the players' trade, is to test boundaries to see what they can get away with. And if there is no reaction, then they know that they can push that boundary a little bit further. And if there is no reaction again, it's like giving them a green light to go ahead and bulldoze or crash through our boundaries even further with outrageous behaviour, for instance. So really, the reason to monitor whether our boundaries are being tested is so that people do not get the impression that we're easy, that we're able to be walked all over. So it's not that they may necessarily stop, it's really how strong our boundaries are and how much we're willing to put up with. So that's number 1 trick, boundary testing, just to see what will happen and to play a little bit with those boundaries to see what may be up for grabs later on in the relationship. Another trick that I wanted to highlight today really was in the initial stages. Very often people who want to play us will use mirroring. And mirroring, as I've mentioned in my other video on mirroring, is about someone mirroring back to us ourselves in some form or other. And that could be in, say, telling us that they have similar likes and dislikes, so that we think that they are the same as us, and therefore we let down our guard, and we believe that this person could be a potential partner. or friend or whatever. So mirroring is often used in the initial stages to convince us that this person is the same as us, because then we are more likely to let our guard down, allow them to come a little bit closer, and potentially we may loosen our boundaries so that they can come in under the radar, as it were, because we've let our guard down, and they can maybe begin to push those boundaries, because through mirroring we have more likely come to trust that person more, because we are more likely to trust someone who is the same as us. And we are more likely to believe that we know what they are going to do next and what is going through their mind, because we can identify with them, we think, whereas they could just be projecting a false persona onto us so that we believe that we are very similar and we have a potential there for a bona fide relationship. So it's number 2 trick, really, is to mirror. Mirroring is quite important to understand and to have in our safe relationship toolbox, so that we understand that someone could be mirroring, and to be able to know whether someone is just mirroring us or whether they are actually very similar to us. We need to operate in discernment, and I've got another video over there on discernment, so that's quite useful. You might want to have a look at that. So mirroring, number 2 trick of the Playas trade, to draw us in and onto the hook, so that when they want to switch behaviours, we may then be easier to manipulate, because we've let our guard down and we believe this other person is similar, if not the same, as us, and therefore has the same values as we do. And the third tip that I wanted to leave you with today, which could possibly be used by players, is intermittent reinforcement, which is reinforcement of a certain behaviour, but that behaviour is reinforced only intermittently. So, for instance, they may, if they have started to introduce unhealthy behaviour, say disrespect, for instance, after a while they may intermittently bring in nice behaviour again, so that the disrespect is mixed with nice behaviour, and therefore we are left more confused. And also, importantly, we are kept on the hook, because when we see nice behaviour intermittently given with disrespect, it actually can groom us to accept disrespect and unhealthy behaviour, because we've come to know that in a matter of time we're going to have that nice behaviour soon anyway. But what can happen is that the intermittent behaviour can become less and less over time, whilst the disrespect has been increased. And therefore we're left waiting for the nice behaviour to come, whilst having to accept intermittent disrespect at the same time. And so, in that way, we're conditioned and we're groomed to accept a dysfunctional situation So, those are my 3 tricks of the Playas trade. There are more, but I thought I would leave you with those 3 today. Those are 3 quite important tricks to remember because they are often used by people in general. But if someone wants to play us, they may use those tricks in order to keep us in line, groom us for a particular role, and most of all, to be able to play us. As always, stay safe and very happy. Bye-bye.